I was really scared the first day I was here because I woke up one morning and I had to leave my family. I wasn't really prepared to leave my home in like that short of a notice, like waking up and leaving.
Joseph was 10 years old when he entered our program. He definitely exhibited those feelings of rejection being in a placement like this rather than being at home with his family. He went on to not be able to return to that home, which only made those feelings of rejection worse. He was a kid that you could tell just wanted to be a kid and never had an opportunity to do that.
The Lord brought me to Kentucky. I was at a really low place in my life. I had done life my way for 40 years, and it wasn't working out. So I came here and found help, found a godly community to come around me, and the Lord gave me a scripture from James 1:27, which talks about helping widows and orphans. I was like, okay, how am I going to do that? And so it's like, well, mentoring. So I was really thankful that I found DCCH, and they paired me up with Joseph.
And my first impression of Brian was, this man is extremely calm. He's very gentle. I felt that was exactly what Joseph needed. It was a great match, so I introduced them.
So when I first got to meet Brian, I was like, finally somebody wants to hang out with me.
And Joseph was telling me he likes fishing and likes music, and I was like, I think this could work out. And Joseph kept being like, can we leave now? Can we go somewhere else? And I was like, oh, we're going to take it slow, bud, just an hour or two visits, And then eventually it got to the point to where they were like, yeah, things seem to be going well. You guys can go out.
First place we went to was the Ohio River. Walked around, had McDonald's that day. It was really good just being able to hang out with them.
You could tell from the very first moment that Joseph met Brian. He respected him. He wanted to get along with him. He wanted to do things with him. So what Brian would do is at that point as a mentor, he would come pick him up on the weekends, take him to church, and let him just go be a kid. And while he's doing that, Joseph's building this giant community that he had at this church.
I felt totally comfortable with him on Sundays. These relationships were building over time. My pastor had talked to me and said, I want you to pray about fostering him. And, he's family now. And so there was a conference at the Ark that we were going to, and it was my mom who saw it. So people would come up to us while we were at the conference and, see Joseph and me and my mom. Oh, who's this? Is this your son? And I would say, oh, no, it's my mentee, it's Joseph. And my mom caught Joseph nodding his head whenever they would ask, is this your son?
And that's when Brian said it just hit him like a ton of rocks. Wow, I never thought I could be in that role, but he thinks I could be. And that's when Brian said, maybe I can be his adoptive parent. I certainly encouraged him because I could see that he could do it just because he had such faith and had thought about it so much and prayed about it so much. I thought anybody that takes this much time, I know he'll be good.
That's when Brian went through the classes and recognized I could be the forever family that Joseph needs. And so as I did some of those first home visits, I was able to see this is going to go better than I ever expected it to.
When I moved in with Brian, I got to get a new room. I got to get everything I wanted in my room. First Christmas together. So I got 8 Lego sets from my family in Florida. I got a few Lego sets from Brian. It was so cool being able to see how blessed I am with the family I have.
Finally, Joseph could just be settled. He could finally just be a kid and understood that there was somebody who did not reject him and had been a rock for him for over 2 years, that wanted him and wanted him to be in his life. And I think that was a big turning point for Joseph in his treatment.
I was so honored to be invited and to be able to attend their adoption. And it was such an incredible day in general to walk in and see the support this new family has from their community and their church community. And ultimately to see the parallel that we had just recently, the year prior, celebrated our 175th anniversary in business. And then here, their adoption was solidified as the 175th adoption for the organization. I just thought that was a just unbelievable parallel.
I think he felt really celebrated that day to have that many people there to support him. The DCCH staff and a large part of our church body was there. They were just coming in. We were in the small family courtroom, and the bailiff kept saying, "There's more, Judge, there's more."
Or when everybody came and we had to get to a different courtroom because of how many people love me and want to encourage me and Brian, I felt really loved in that, this is going to be my forever family.
And I remember the judge saying, "It's as if he was born to you by blood." And it was like, wow, this is powerful, That moment of just realizing this is what love is, real love. This is what it means for people to really be there and to support you.
I feel very thankful because of my story. I feel like there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to fight forever families